Football has a dark obsession with failure. Billions poured into players who were supposed to change everything, and then nothing. Remember Ousmane Dembélé, 105 million euros to Barcelona, who missed more time through injury than he actually played? Antoine Griezmann, 120 million euros, just 35 goals in 102 appearances, shipped back to Atletico for a fraction of the fee. Angel Di Maria, hyped as one of the best wingers alive, arriving at Manchester United and disappearing to PSG after a single season. Paul Pogba, back at Old Trafford for a world record 105 million euros, delivered drama, not trophies. These were the original sins of modern football, and the game has learned absolutely nothing. The fees are bigger, the promises louder, and the disappointments even worse. Here are the biggest transfer flops of recent years. In the summer of 2022, Manchester United dropped 95 million euros on Antony from Ajax. That made him one of the most expensive players in Premier League history at the time. Erik ten Hag knew him from their time together in Amsterdam, and United fans genuinely believed this was the missing piece, a dynamic, skillful winger who could unlock defenses and score goals. What they got was not that. In 3 years and 96 appearances at Old Trafford, Antony managed just 12 goals and 5 assists. That works out to roughly 1 goal every 8 games, for 95 million euros. He became the subject of internet mockery, known more for his spinning celebration against Sheriff Tiraspol, a team barely anyone had heard of, than for actually producing on the big stage. Goals against real opposition were rare. Consistency was non-existent. Then Ruben Amorim arrived in November 2024, looked at the squad and made it very clear Antony had no future at the club. January 2025, off on loan to Real Betis, and here is the part that truly stings for United fans. He was absolutely brilliant in Spain. In just 1 year at Betis, Antony contributed 19 goals and 13 assists across 54 appearances. He helped them reach a European final. He got called back up to the Brazil national team. Betis then signed him permanently in September 2025 for just 22 million euros. Manchester United bought him for 95 million euros. That is a 73 million euro lesson in catastrophic transfer business. Chelsea's obsession with spending big on unproven talent was on full display in January 2023 when they signed Mykhailo Mudryk for £88.5 million. He had been outstanding in the Champions League group stages for Shakhtar, and Arsenal were closing in. Chelsea swooped in, threw the money on the table, and got their man. The hype was sky high. Fans were sold on a lightning-fast winger who was going to tear Premier League defenses apart. On his debut, he clocked 36.67 kilometers per hour, a Premier League speed record at the time. But pace without an end product does not win football matches. In 73 appearances for Chelsea, Mudryk scored just 10 goals and added 8 assists, a staggering return for £88.5 million. And just when it seemed like he was finding his feet, the whole thing collapsed. In December 2024, the FA provisionally suspended Mudryk after he tested positive for meldonium, a substance banned by WADA. He has not played since November 2024. In June 2025, the FA formally charged him, and he is now facing a potential 4-year ban from football. Chelsea handed his number 10 shirt straight to Cole Palmer. Right now, in March 2026, Mudryk has been spotted training at a non-league club in West London just to stay fit. The most expensive spectator in the Premier League, £88.5 million, 10 goals, a career hanging by a thread. If that is not a flop, I genuinely do not know what is. Now this one is a bit different because Florian Wirtz is genuinely one of the most talented young players in the world. At Bayer Leverkusen, he was extraordinary, scoring 18 goals in 49 appearances during their unbeaten domestic double season in 2023-24. Bundesliga Player of the Season, Germany's brightest attacking talent. Liverpool paid around £100 million for him in June 2025, making it a club record transfer. The expectation was a creative genius who would immediately elevate their midfield and unlock defenses every single week. It has not gone that way. By March 2026, Wirtz had recorded just 4 goals and 2 assists in over 1,800 Premier League minutes this season. His first league goal for Liverpool did not even arrive until December 27th, more than 4 months into the campaign. Look, is it entirely fair to call him a flop at 22, still adapting to a new country and a new league? Not entirely. The talent is real, the ceiling is sky high, But for £100 million, Premier League fans expect more than 4 goals by March. The physicality is different here. The pace of the game is different, and Wirtz is still figuring it out in real time. Right now, based purely on output versus investment, this is underperforming. Whether this becomes patience rewarded or money wasted is still very much open. But so far, the numbers simply do not match the fee. And then there is the one that genuinely hurts. In September 2025, Liverpool broke the British transfer record to bring Alexander Isak from Newcastle. The price? £125 million. On paper, it made complete sense. Isak had been elite at Newcastle with 54 Premier League goals in 86 appearances, a ratio of 0.63 goals per game. He was the clinical, mobile, world-class number 9 Liverpool desperately needed. Everything pointed to a perfect fit. Then things went wrong almost immediately. Isak missed the start of the season through fitness issues, only making his Liverpool debut in mid-September. His first league goal did not come until November 30th in a win over West Ham. Just as things were clicking, disaster struck. On December 20th, during a league win over Tottenham, Mickey van de Ven caught Isak with a reckless challenge. The injury was serious. He was sidelined for months. Manager Arne Slot publicly called it a reckless challenge. By March 2026, Isak has just 2 Premier League goals to his name this season, £125 million, 2 league goals by March. Unlike most players on this list, nobody doubts Isak's ability. The talent is undeniable. But right now, this is one of the worst returns on a transfer investment in recent memory, and until he is fit and firing consistently, this one absolutely belongs on this list. And finally, the one generating the most noise right now, Nick Woltemade arrived at Newcastle in August 2025 for a club record £69 million from Stuttgart. Newcastle needed a striker after selling Isak to Liverpool, and they backed manager Eddie Howe to find the answer in the Bundesliga. Woltemade had 20 goal contributions last season and was a Germany international. The potential was real, and for the first few weeks it actually looked promising. He scored on his Premier League debut against Wolves. He then added 4 more goals in his next 7 appearances. Newcastle fans started to get genuinely excited. And then silence. He went 14 league games without scoring a goal. Howe tried playing him in midfield in a tactical experiment that confused almost everyone. Newcastle legend Alan Shearer was brutally honest on Match of the Day. His stats were nowhere near good enough. Wayne Rooney publicly called him an issue for the team. German outlet Bild then reported that Woltemade has been unhappy at Newcastle for months and is open to a move, with Bayern Munich reportedly interested. Bayern Munich, after just 1 season, £69 million, poor form, a tactical identity crisis, and already linked with an exit. It is one of the most chaotic big money signings in recent Premier League memory. And the saddest part, despite 10 goals across all competitions, in the league where it matters most, the numbers simply do not justify that price tag. So there you have it. From €95 million disasters to broken British transfer records, modern football keeps making the same expensive mistakes, just with bigger numbers and louder excuses. Drop a comment telling me who you think was the biggest flop on this list. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.